So I begin the 10 time practice. This topic today is traveling. I am a kinder avid traveler. I love traveling so much because it is exciting to see new places and to have new experiences, such as trying interesting food and look and meet and meeting a lot of new local people. In addition, moreover, when traveling, I find myself gain the sense of freedom. In addition, I have to admit that traveling is a good way for me to expand my mind and broaden my knowledge or different culture. I can make a lot of great memories with my family and friends. So totally, I think I love traveling because it's a good way for me to recharge my battery and willing to come back work after the hard working day. I travel, I always go on a trip on national holidays when I have a lot of time on my hands. I have been many places in Vietnam, but Đà is at top of my list. If I have, and I want to say that if I have a chance to come to the new famous places, I will choose Bhutan, a must-see place to me. The second time, I am a kinder avid traveler. I love traveling so much because it is interesting to see new places and to have new experiences, such as trying interesting food and meeting new local people. Moreover, when traveling, I gain the sense of freedom. In addition, I have admit that traveling is a good way for me to expand. It's a good way to expand my knowledge, my mind, expand my mind. I can expand my mind and broaden my knowledge of different culture. So I can make wonderful memories with my family and friends. Totally, I totally it's I think it's a great way for me to recharge my batteries and willing to start or willing to come back work after hard working days. I I love traveling so much, but sometimes I find it too tiring, tiring or stressful. I find it too tiring or stressful, and sometimes I eat that, and sometimes it is pretty, and sometimes I find it is pretty expensive and takes up a lot of time. I find it is pretty expensive and takes up a lot of times. Or it's hassle. It's a hassle preparing and getting to the destination. And traveling is very costly, especially on the holiday season. And I can stand go into crowded places. And I can stand go into crowded places. I can stand to go in, stand to go into crowded places. I I usually go on a trip on the national holidays because I have a lot of time on my hands. I have been I have been places. I have been places in Vietnam, and Đà is at top of my list. I want to say that if I have a chance to choose one famous place to visit, Bhutan is a must to see to me, a must see to me. Lần thứ ba hả? Third time. So I am I am a keen to avid traveler. I love traveling so much because it's very exciting to see new places and new experiences, such as trying interesting food and looking new people. I love, moreover, when traveling, I gain the sense of freedom. In addition, I have admit that traveling I have admit that it is a good way to expand my mind and broaden my knowledge or difficult culture. I can make I can make I can make wonderful memory with my family and friends. Totally, I think traveling is a good way for me to recharge my battery and return work and willing to return work after the hard working day. I love traveling some I am really into traveling, but sometimes I find it too tiring and stressful Sometimes it takes some tiring and stressful. It is hassle repairing and going to the iron, and it is pretty expensive, and it is really pretty expensive and takes up a lot of times. It's a hassle repairing and getting to the destination. I usually go on national holiday when I have a lot of time on my hands or monthly basis if I have a time. So I have been to many places, such as but in Vietnam, but and at top of my list. If I have a chance to visit one famous, I will do Bhutan, a must place to me. Lần thứ tư. I am a kinder avid traveler. I love traveling so much because it's very exciting to see new places and have experiences such as trying interacting food and looking new people. Moreover, when traveling, I gain the sense of freedom. In addition, I have admit that it is a good way for me to expand my knowledge, expand my mind, and broaden my knowledge or different culture. I can make wonderful memories with my family and friends. It is a good way. So totally, traveling is a good way for me to recharge my battery and willing to return work after a hard working day. I love traveling so much, but sometimes I feel tiring or stressful. I love traveling so much, but sometimes I find it tiring or stressful because it's also pretty expensive, and it's a it's also pretty expensive and gì ta and takes up a lot of time. and take up a lot of time, especially in holiday, especially in holiday season. Especially in holiday season, I can't stand going on the crowded places. I usually go on a trip on the national holidays because I have a lot of time on my hand. I on my hand. I have been many places in Vietnam, and Đà Lạt is at top of my list. I if I have a chance to if I have a chance to visit one famous place, I would choose Bhutan, a must-see place to me. Lần thứ 5. I am a kinder ever traveler. I love traveling so much because it's a good way. It's exciting to see new places and to have new experiences, such as trying interesting food or looking local people. Moreover, when traveling, I gain the sense of freedom. In addition, I have admit that it is a good way for me to expand my knowledge and broaden expand my mind and broaden my knowledge or different culture. I can make wonderful memories with my family and friends. So totally, I think traveling is a good way for me to recharge my battery and willing to come back work after the hard working day. However, however, I am really into traveling, but sometimes I find it is tiring and stressful, especially on holiday season, because because I can gain because I can stand the crowded places. Sometimes I find it pretty expensive and takes up a lot of time. So I usually go on a trip when on summer on a national holiday when I have a lot of free time on my hand. I have been many places in Vietnam, and uh, and Đà Lạt is at top of my list. But if I have a chance uh, to visit one famous place, I would to Bhutan, a must-see place to me.